do some strength training today. So I brought some free weights. You can use free weights, you can use water bottles, which I also brought because might be thirsty today. But you can also use no weights. You can do it just with your arms. So we're gonna warm up. So we're gonna be next to a chair. One hand can be on the chair. You can always disconnect from the chair. We're just gonna take those feet a little bit wider than our hips, and we're just gonna start to bend the knees. If you want to be behind the chair, sometimes that's easier. If you want those arms off the chair, you can. But as we bend those knees, we want to look down and make sure they don't pass our toes. So we're just going to bend the knees. And then we're going to start one arm. We're going to reach it forward and pull it back. So we're going to start to move through that shoulder blade. The other hand can rest in the chair. It can also just leave the chair. So we're going to just start to warm up those legs, warm up the shoulders. If we're doing one arm at a time, we're going to start with the other arm. Just windmill kind of a little bit. Letting those hands reach the floor, nice stretching out through the wrists. Yep, and then when you're ready, gang, we're gonna stop. Those legs are a little bit wider. We're gonna bend one knee. Whatever knee that is, that hand's gonna be on the chair, on that top of that leg. We're gonna stretch that arm, reach it forward. That thumb's gonna face the ceiling. We're gonna keep that torso nice and straight. Now, if it bothers your kneecap, we can always keep that leg pretty straight, but if you bend the knee, you can also straighten it up. Keep in mind, we just want to get that blood flowing a little bit, so when we grab those weights or water bottle, it's easier to move those muscles. We're going to do the other leg. So when you're ready, hand on the chair, we're going to bend the other knee. You can keep that knee straight, or you can move it up and down. And we're going to let that other arm, we're going to reach towards that knee. Just stretching it out. Breathing in and out, nice and easy. Get that air moving. And then when you're ready, gang, we're going to stop. We're going to step those feet. This time we are going to be on the side of the chair, and we're going to decide to pick up whatever weights we want to do. So I'm going to use a weight, and we can have two hands holding on the weight. One hand could always go on the chair. We can do these one arms or two arms. So whatever arms you got, we're going to reach one arm forward. You want to do two arms, you're going to do them at the same time. You're going to let that thumb face the ceiling. Again, this is just stretching out, warming up. So since I did one arm only once, and then I'm going to do two arms. So we're going to reach both arms up. Thumbs are up to the ceiling. And notice how high those arms go. We're going to stop them in line with the shoulders. Whatever time you're ready, we're going to let those legs start to bend a little bit. So we're going to do a little baby squat. So meaning we're going to push our booty back. We're going to let those arms stay the front. We can always choose not to do the arms and just do the legs. So as we bend those knees, they don't pass the toes. So because I have a long thigh, I'm going to set my feet a little bit wider than my hips. So this time when I bend, my knees don't pass my toes, but I can get a little bit lower. So we're going to keep those squats going, and we're changing the arms. Choice is ours. The arms are going to be in front. We're going to do an upright row. So we're going to have the hands down, and we're going to pull those elbows up, not the necks and shoulders. So we're just doing an upright row with the squats. And again, you can always choose no squats. You can just do an arm. We got a few more to go, gang. Last few. Hanging in there. Getting that heart going. And then next time we're going to stop. When you're ready, we're going to step back to the chair. We're going to step behind our chair this time. So we're going to use one leg, and we're just going to reach out to the side. As that leg lifts up, we're going to reach the other arm out. So opposite leg, opposite arm. We can always disconnect from the chair anytime you want. We're just doing a side raise. So we got 4 more on this arm and this leg, and then we're going to switch sides. So when you're ready, gang, reset those feet. Arm on the chair, we're going to lift the other leg up. Making sure we feel steady. No rush in this one. And then we're going to have the opposite hand reach away. So making sure that knuckles up to the ceiling, palm to the floor. We're doing side, leg, and arm. A couple more. Last 2, I think. Good, good, good. Last one. Now this time, we're going to be wider than the chair. And we're going to disconnect from the chair. So we're going to take those hands to the thighs. We're going to do one more side raise. Reach them up. No higher than necks and shoulders. Reach them down. If you go higher than your neck, or not your neck, shoulder, you start to work the back. We don't want to do the back. We just want the side of those arms. We got a few to go, gang. But while you're doing this, if you want to squat, you can. We can bend the knees into a squat and lift up. That's totally optional. We don't even have to do that. Or if you don't want the arms, we can just do a squat. Making sure those knees don't pass the toes. Belly buttons are in. A few more. Can't decide. I'll do them both. And then when you're ready, gang, we're gonna stop. We're gonna put those hands on top of the chair. We're going back to the side of the chair. So we worked a little bit of the side stuff, and we're gonna work on the top. Arm by the shoulder. Making sure that we're in front of the shoulder blade. That arm is gonna reach straight up. Now, so since we're in nice alignment, we're just gonna lift one leg up. Doesn't even have to be right or left leg, it doesn't matter. Once that leg's in the air, it helps center the balance. Your body does this correctly. The hand could always stay on the chair, it could leave the chair. We got 2 more on this arm. And then we're gonna switch arms, gang. You can always switch sides if you wanna still connect with the chair. We're gonna let the other hand reach up, making sure that weight is in front of the head, in front of the shoulders. And then lift that other knee up. So now our balance is good, whether the hand's in the chair or not. 2 more to go, gang. Last 2. Last 1. Good. And then we're gonna set that weight down. We're gonna go to the bottom of our chair, top of our chair, I should say. So again, if you wanna try water bottles, feel free. We're gonna set them to the side. We're gonna sit in the front of our chair. And we're gonna work just the arms. So we did side raises, we're gonna do front raises, knuckles up. We're gonna reach both arms up. Now, sometimes that back leg is gonna involve. We can't move that back at all. We just got 2 to go. And then once you're up there, halfway up, we're gonna stop. We're gonna pull those arms out to the side, bring them back in. Again, we can choose to do one arm at a time. I'm gonna do both arms at a time because I'm kind of a multitasker today. But again, if you wanna do one arm at a time, one hand, then the other one. Your choice. You got 2 more, gang. Letting those front, side arms get all the work. When we're done with that, we'll be done with that. Last time, gang. Now, this time, we're gonna let our body stay nice and tall. Weights are gonna be to the shoulder. One arm goes up. Last set of overhead regresses. So again, we can do one arm at a time. If you do one at a time, make sure we balance it out. One arm at a time. Or if you wanna do both arms, we can do it, we can finish them up with both. Just keep in mind, body doesn't get to rock and roll. We stay nice and tall. Weights are gonna be in front of the shoulders. We got about 4 more of these. Last 4, here we go. Yes, yes, we're there. Last 2. And those arms might be getting heavy about now. Last one, beautiful. We're gonna relax those arms from neck and shoulders. Take a couple rolls, we're gonna release those arms. We're working the bicep a little bit. So this time we're still sitting in the chair, the booty's off the back of the chair. We're gonna have the hands facing front. Bicep curls, we're gonna take one arm up. Pretty typical bicep, nothing fancy on this one. However, we wanna notice a couple things. We can do 2 arms at the same time. And then sometimes those elbows like to slide back and they're cheating. So keep those elbows in front. No rocking and rolling for those elbows. The more they rest on the belly or the side of the body, the more the isolation goes on the bicep. We got about 4 more biceps, and then we're standing up. Moving on. And then when we're ready, gang, last time, triceps are done, or biceps are done, because guess what? Triceps are next. So let's stand up. So we're gonna stand up nice and easy. We're gonna put one weight of our weight down, or our water ball down. We're gonna set up for triceps. So we're gonna have one hand on the chair, one arm is gonna be on the side. We're gonna bring that elbow up to the side, so make sure that weight is right at the hip. Notice that elbow likes to fan out. Don't let it happen. Put that elbow back to the back of the room. We're just gonna press that weight down to the floor. There should be no tension up here. If there is, we choose not to do this one. Now while we're doing this one, if you wanna do a little bit more, you can set up for a lunge. Some of you have done this before with me. We're gonna drop that knee down. Notice, I have long legs, so I gotta take my legs longer. So that front knee cannot pass the toe. This is a multiple test, or not multiple test, but it's a multiple workout right now. So we got legs and arms. You can choose one to do, not the other. Making sure that front knee doesn't pass the toe, body's nice and tall. Hand can be on the chair, it doesn't have to be. We got 2 more on this arm. One last time, and then we're gonna do the other arm. So again, we're gonna step our feet in. You can walk to the other side of the chair if you want, but just so you can see it, it'd be easier if I do it this side. So we're gonna start with that tricep. Weights at the hip, we're gonna press back. So again, don't pull that shoulder blade back. We're gonna keep the chest facing me. And we're just kicking that weight down towards the floor. And then if you want that lunge, don't forget that back knee bends. Front knee bends automatically, but it can't pass the toe. Nice and tall, hand can be on the chair. Good, good, good. This one gets the heart going too. We got about 6 more. We're almost there. Last set of triceps, gang. 2 more. And if I did the math right, it's done. Well done. We're gonna step those feet in. We're gonna let those arms take a break for a moment. We're gonna let those weights come down to the top of the chair. We're gonna take their feet wider than shoulders. We're gonna just do a regular squat. Just 4 of them. 4 to go. Abs are in. 3 more. Again, knees are bending, not passing the toe. And the next time we're down there, we're gonna enjoy. Stop, stay, belly buttons in. Hand can be on the chair, hand can move. Those quads are really gonna engage right now. Belly button's in. Sometimes that back likes to push up. Pull the back in. Hands can be on the chair, top of the thigh, knees past the toes. Couple more breaths, ho, ho, ho. Stack it up, gang. Grab one weight. So we're gonna do our balance pose, last for arms. So we're gonna do our tree. So we got our feet hip distance apart, one hand on the chair. We're doing a tree, so the heels on the side, opens up the ribs, opens up the hips. Hands gonna be in front of the thigh, thumbs up towards the ceiling. Take a nice easy breath. We're gonna start to reach that arm up and making sure that arm stays in front of the body. This one's fun. Halfway up, it's pretty easy on that arm. Once it goes over towards the top of the head, you get more of that range through the neck, shoulders. If you want more on that foot, take that tree off the ground, gang. It also sets up the alignment. We got 2 more on this arm. We got 1 more, and then we're gonna do the other arm and the other leg. So we're gonna step our foot down to the floor. We can move to the other side of the chair. I'm just gonna stay here for comfort. I'm gonna put that heel into this chair. Other hand, other thigh. Abs are in. We're gonna start that arm, reach it up, 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 up. Palm towards me, knuckle to the ceiling. Good. Exhale as you come up. Easy breathing. If you want that foot off the floor for a full tree, go ahead. Don't even have to. Don't forget, you can touch that hand on the chair. We got 2 more to go, gang. Hanging in there. And this one we do nice and slow, kind of a 4 count one. Just because it gives that body a little bit of time to alignment. Good, good. And the next time, we're down. We're gonna stop. We're gonna step behind our chair with both our weights or our water bottles. So we're gonna have our feet wider than shoulders. We're gonna bend the knee, one knee. Just doesn't need to be a full squat, full lunge. It's just a bent knee. Whatever knee that is, that hand's in the weight. We're just gonna turn that thumb up. We're gonna reach it up. The thumb up opens up those shoulders. We got 2 more to go. And again, you can always keep the legs straight, but it sets up the alignment. Next time you're there, you're gonna bring it in. Easy going, nice and easy. No high necks, no shoulders. Sometimes that likes to come up. Couple more, gang. Last 3, 2, hang in there, hang in there. 1 more, and then that hand's gonna go on top of the chair. We're gonna straighten that leg up. We're gonna bend the other knee. Again, it doesn't need to be very far, just can't pass the toe. Other hand on the thigh, thumb to the ceiling. We're gonna lift that arm up, and we're gonna make sure that weight is in front of the thigh. So it's not behind the thigh or anything like that. And the other hand can be on the floor, it can be on the top of the chair, nice and tall. And the next time we're gonna stay up halfway, neck's nice and relaxed. Exhale, bring it in, close it out. Lots of air on this one, doesn't matter where you breathe, just inhale, exhale. Couple more, we're almost there. Good, good, good. And then next time, we're gonna stop. That hand's going on top of the chair. We're gonna step our feet in. We're gonna stay standing. We're gonna bring our hands to the side of our body. Knees are nice and soft. We're just gonna reach those arms up. We're gonna turn those thumbs up, make sure they're up there. We're open and close. It's kind of like a chest press. It's totally a chest press. If we're on the floor, our back would be touching it. Our elbows would not be touching anything deeper than the floor. So making sure when we look back, the elbow does not go behind the back. We got a few more to go, gang. Last 4. Together we're doing about 8 to 10 reps on each muscle. You can always do extra if you want. Last time, we're gonna take a seat. We're gonna finish our class, our exercises together, sitting down. So this time we are gonna have our back touch the chair. So our back's gonna touch the chair. So we've done the triceps. We're gonna do our press forward. So 1 arm at a time. The reason we're sitting on the chair is we don't want the shoulders to come off the chair. We're gonna keep the back on the chair. So it's just gonna be a reach forward. Now you can be about hip distance apart with the arms. You can be a little bit closer. You can do a diagonal. But what you don't wanna do is leave the chair. So that we gotta stay on that chair so it keeps that alignment nice and long. 2 arms, 1 arm, no arms, gang. Couple more together. Spine is nice and tall. We're almost there. Last 2. Last 1. Yes, we made it. There we are. We're gonna put those hands on top of the thighs. We're gonna step our booty forward. And we're gonna do 1 more thing for the upper back. So, arms come up. We're gonna flip those palms towards me. We're gonna let those arms reach up. If it feels good, we're gonna do it again. If it doesn't feel good, maybe 1. If it doesn't feel good at all, maybe none. We got a few to go, so over the head. But I let my fingertips reach up a little bit because it keeps my wrists nice and straight. We don't want to grip too hard. We shouldn't see any white knuckles. So light grip up. Weights are nice and easy. Oh, we're so close to being there. We got 4 to go, gang. 3 more. Yeah, 2 to go. And the next time, we're gonna stop. We're gonna stay nice and tall. We're gonna take those weights on top of the shoulders, or weights on top of the thighs. We're just gonna stay nice and straight. We're gonna flip those palms up. We're gonna rotate a little bit. We're gonna bring one arm up. Make sure that elbow stays into the belly button. And 90 degrees, so we're not too high, we're not too low. We want 90 degrees, meaning wrist and elbow lines up. We're gonna open that arm. But since that elbow can't leave the torso, it's not gonna be very far. Now you can do one arm only. You could also do 2 arms. Since I did one arm first, I'm gonna balance it out with just this arm. It's not so safe if that elbow disconnects from the torso, so that rotator, nice and easy. We're gonna do 4 more together, or 1 arm at a time, 2 more, gang. We're almost there, good for the rotator. Last one. When you're ready, we're gonna set those weights down. We're gonna gently let them go on the floor. We're gonna stretch out those arms. Not much, we're just gonna do a few minutes of stretching. So we'll let those arms come forward. We're gonna bring them up, and then we're gonna bring one hand across. We can grab onto just the wrist joint, but sometimes shoulder legs come up, we're gonna just pull it down. If you wanna go a little deeper, it can come into the heart, not the shoulder blade, gotta stay down. You can also bring the hand higher or into the tricep. So as that arm crosses over, you should feel a nice stretch to the armpit, upper back. Lots of air in this one, whether your hand's in your tricep, forearm, or just the fingertips. When you're ready, we're gonna do the other arm. So let's let that other arm stretch out. We'll start with the stretch, not up by the ear, keep it down. We can grab onto this. Oh, a little bit higher, a little bit lower. Got a couple more breaths. Good, good, good. And then we're gonna bring those hands, version of eagle. So it's a nice stretch for the back. We're gonna bring those elbows towards one another. Now, if you can touch the elbows, great. If you can touch the hands, great. If you can't, you're just gonna stay as close as you can, maybe just the fingers, and then you're gonna reach them up. If the elbows are together, you'll feel this really good in your upper back, but you can go as high as you feel comfortable. Enjoy the stretch, lots of breathing on the stretching though. You want all that oxygen to get in that stretch. Whether the elbows together, the hands can always be separated. Good, 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 good. And then we're gonna come back. We're gonna have our feet wider than our hips. So our hands are on top of the thighs. We're gonna lean forward, back's nice and straight. We're gonna let one hand reach to the bottom of the chair or towards the floor. The fingertips can just stretch out. You can also just grab onto the chair. That arm's gonna get a nice stretch all the way from the arm, elbow. If you want the other arm, stretch the other arm, 1 arm at a time or 2 arms together. Choice is ours. Let those fingers stretch out or grab onto the bottom of the chair. You'll feel those shoulder blades pulling together, opening up through the ribs, chest, lots of breath. And I got 1 more stretch for the bottom half of the body. So when you're ready, gang, we're gonna bring those legs in front. Hands, making sure we're not too far in the chair, so we wanna stay on top of the chair. Knees are gonna be nice and soft to begin with. Hands are gonna be touching the chair because that's gonna help support us. We're gonna keep our back flat as a pancake, and we're gonna lean forward. We're gonna stop about halfway there. We're gonna stretch out that leg. 1 leg feels good. You feel a deep stretch all the way up that hamstring. 2 legs, maybe 2 stretches at the same time, or just 1 stretch at a time. Breathe in and out. Those hands are staying on the chair or reaching far back because it's gonna balance it out, keep your body nice and centered. A couple more stretches on those legs. We're very, very good. And then when you're ready, gang, we're gonna release. We're gonna stack it up. We're gonna do 1 last stretch standing. Final stretch will be standing, kind of like how we started our class together. So the advantage of having the chair is a nice stretch. We're gonna have 1 hand on the chair. We're gonna turn towards that chair. So the hands on the top of the chair. Make sure that wrist is nice and straight. We're gonna put the other hand on top and we're gonna push back. So our booties are pushing back, our knees are pretty straight. They're not locked out, but they're pretty straight. And you stretch out those elbows down towards the floor. You will feel the stretch go all the way through that arm. It's a nice stretch. Remember, 1 hand's on top, 1 hand's on the bottom of the chair. And then we're gonna stack it up, we're gonna switch arms. So the other hand, you might wanna walk to the other side. The other hand's on top, the other hand, elbows soft, push back in those booties, bend the elbows. Those elbows bend will take any pressure off the neck and shoulders. It really allows those arms to get all the stretching. We wanna stretch out those muscles we just finished working. And then when you're ready, gang, we're gonna stack it up. Well, that's our strength class. Thank you for coming, and don't forget we have other videos to watch doing similar things with maybe different body parts. So try to check it out. Thanks.